that all you would have to do is say, dress professionally, and women could handle it.
You know what it feels like to have a bunch of men in this room looking at your top, trying to decide whether it's appropriate or not?
Yeah. Okay, so I was asking the couples, let's say he wanted you to change outfits because he thought you were dressing too slutty. What would you tell him?
I'll tell him get with the program. It's escape, and we young and turn.
How do you feel about that?
I don't really care. I mean, everybody else is dressed like this, and I mean, if she's gonna dress like that, got guys looking at her, then obviously I'm gonna be looking at shit too. You know what I mean? Everybody's getting turned, so we're here having fun.
We're here having fun.
Did you see the way she rolled her eyes? The way when he said, she was like, whatever. Do you think you can go too far with a costume?
Yeah, depends.
Yeah? I was expecting a whole Mother Teresa, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to think about what nuns wear underneath that garment. You know what I'm saying? That gave me a bad visual, bro.
You could tell, though, that he was not cool with what she was wearing.
Of course not. That's the reason why he said what he said. And you could tell she was not cool with him looking at other women. But what do you think the whole point of wearing that stuff is? Going to have eyes gazing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Lazy eyes start working right. You know what I'm saying? Back and forth.
Okay, single. We're single out here.
Single. Yeah.
Let's say you guys had a boyfriend and he wanted you to change outfits coming to the rave because he thought you were dressed too slutty. What would you tell him?
He can go somewhere.
He can go fuck himself?
No. He didn't pay for the tickets, baby, so he can go somewhere else.
If I pay for my own ticket, fuck that.
Yeah.
If I pay for this shit, I'm doing this shit.
We're going out here. Everything hanging out tonight, baby.
They're insecure.
Definitely.
Insecure.
Yeah.
Why do you think a dad's considered a good dad if he wants his daughter to dress covered up, but a boyfriend's considered controlling if he wants the same for his girlfriend?
Well, first of all, I don't have a dad, so I don't give a fuck. So I don't care what any other man has to say.
Bingo.
My mom's opinion matters more to me, and she doesn't give a shit. She thinks I'm a badass. So.
Her mom probably right outside in that crowd too. My mom's somewhere over there.
You know what it feels like to have a bunch of men in this room looking at your top, trying to decide whether it's appropriate or not?
I spent $1,200 on a suit and I can't wear it in the people's house because someone who doesn't have the range tells me that it's inappropriate. That's not why any of us were elected, Mr. Speaker. None of us.
The Missouri House of Representatives has a strict new dress code requirement for women, which requires them to wear blazers, jackets, or cardigans to cover their shoulders. The requirement is a part of the State House's latest rules package, which was passed by a vote of 105 to 51. The State House is currently a Republican majority made up of 116 men and 43 women. Lawmakers expressed outrage against the new rules on social media, saying it was sexist and misogynistic. Amid the backlash, State Representative Ann Kelly, who introduced the new rule, said this.
You would think that all you would have to do is say, dress professionally, and women could handle it.
Proponents of the dress code change say the new requirement will mirror the dress code already in place for men.
All right, so basically it's like there's two sets of rules. It's just like when we was kids. Boys couldn't wear hats, but girls could.
Yeah.
It's just one of these things. It's always been like that. Women always talk about the sexist thing. But men always had to dress like men. You don't see men going in tank tops to the Congress floor. You don't see it showing, even the ones that are in good shape. You don't see that. They still dress professional. It should be the same with the women. Just because you guys, have sensuality and all of that, you don't have to expose that. There's still a level of professionalism that you have to meet to be in certain. If you want these top tier positions, women, you have to follow and abide by. You guys want these big jobs, right? Yep. Like the men have. Well, guess what? Men ain't walking around in, you know what I'm saying, tank tops, low cut, none of that. You know what I'm saying? Shorts that.
Nope.
We're dressed professionally.
Yep.
So you got to play the part too. You can't get this role and then be like, I don't like the way it is. Now I want to change the rules. It seems like they want to keep moving the goalposts.
That's how the world works.
So now you get in these top tier positions. Mm-hmm. Act accordingly.
Yes.
Plain and simple. Act accordingly. There's a way to address. Because where does it stop?
Yep. If I wanted to see cleavage and all that, I go to a strip club.
There you go, man. You know what I'm saying? Or if you wanted that, go get a waiter job. Go do something where they allow that stuff.
Most women are, what he said, are saying they deserve it, but they really don't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, have some self-awareness. Like,
women are delusional.
Yeah, like every woman feels that they are exactly that they're entitled.
Like the lady in the Dallas pod who's like, I deserve monogamy, but yet I'm not going to put out. I'm newly celibate. It's just like what she's saying, like for certain, like for a long courting period and all this. So they're delusional because they have this unrealistic expectation of what they feel they deserve.
Okay, I agree with that. The only thing that I don't understand with some people is, I mean, the courting period type thing, to me, like if a girl, you know what I'm saying, if a girl doesn't want to put out, I just feel like on that end, it's like, bro, if she wants to wait a little while, let her wait a little while. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't have it both ways where, well, if a girl always puts out every time she's on a date in the first couple of weeks, then she's one thing. But if she doesn't, then she's bad. I mean, we got to have it where, bro, maybe she's respecting herself.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at it. I look at it, if a girl could hold off, you know, and I could see she into me, and I could see when we getting, you know what I'm saying, intimate and not like sexually intimate, just like intimate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like really getting to know each other.
Yeah, like when we getting intimate, I can see it in her face. Because you know when a girl wants you, but she holding. And you know when a girl was just there for whatever. You know what I mean? You know, she chilling with some Netflix, and she cool with it, and she laying there next to you, and she ain't doing nothing crazy. Yep. But you could tell she wants it, but she's still holding.
That's a good girl.
That's a girl maybe you should look into a little bit more. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But the girl that's willing to put out right away, I don't know, bro. It's like, come on, think about it. In one aspect, we'll talk about, oh, these girls are nasty. They want this. They mess around a lot. But then when a girl wants to hold off, oh, yo, you know, come on, like, you know, I should have access. Well, if you should, then the next man should, then the next man should. She's showing you that not everybody's getting access right away. So to me, that's not always a bad thing. No. To me. That's to me.
When I hear a woman say, you know, make a man wait 90 days before you have sex. If I said, okay, then you need to wait 90 days before he takes you out on a date. You need to wait 90 days before he spends a single dollar on you. You need to go ahead and talk to him every day or however often for 90 days before he decides to invest in you as you are going to be invested in him. For a man to vet you, it is the standard to spend money. Okay? For me to get your time, I have to spend money somewhere. In most cases, I gotta take you on a Capitol Grill. That's gonna cost money. I gotta take you at a place that you deem is valuable for you to sit at, right? Which is gonna cost me money, instead of saying, hey, you know what? The realistic thing is, if we just sat here and talked to each other for 90 days, and I'm like, okay, cool. If I FaceTime you, I can't FaceTime you more than, you know, once or twice a week unless I had actually started to invest money in you for 90 days. I'm wrong. So I'm not saying that your box is in exchange for money. What I'm saying is that for me to actually get your time, I have to spend money. But yeah, I can spend your money and get your time, but never get nothing out of it. Is not fair to a man.
All right, absolutely right. It's not fair to a man. But at the end of the day, when you see a girl wanting you to spend money, and if she has no interest besides that money, then keep it stepping, bro. Stop the complaining. I'm sick of grown-ass men complaining. I'm sick of females complaining. That's what's happening, bro. Don't complain about the shit that one girl's doing or the other one. You know what you want, right? As a man, you stand on that. You want a girl that ain't giving out her box? Then guess what? If she giving you up her box in the first week, then obviously she gave it up to other people. You ain't the first one. You ain't special. So remember, either you want it this way or you want it that way. You want a girl that's going to be down for you? Make sure she ain't giving up the box to you in the first week, and make sure you ain't spending no dollars on her. Make sure it's just one of them even exchanges where it's, and don't get me wrong, in today's age, that's hard to find. But stand on that. Stop whining about it. Look for it. It's out there. Believe me, it's out there.
Yes, it is.
It's just rare, but it's out there. But think about it. You want somebody special, you got to look, man. You ain't going to find special things everywhere out in abundance. Yep. Special things ain't in abundance. Let's be real. If you want somebody special, you want somebody that's different, it's going to be hard to find.
Women, sometimes they're just like, oh, fuck this guy. He wouldn't even do this. He wouldn't even do that. While, like, they're not even doing it. You know what I mean?
I see so many, like, TikToks or videos about young girls, like, 18 to 30, just talking about how they need a man who can do this, this, that, like, who looks like this, looks like that. And then when you see them, it's just like,
and they're not it, you know, and they don't do shit.
When they're usually in podcasts or whatever, interviewed by someone, and then the person interviewing them or in the podcast with them will ask them, like, okay, but what do you bring to the table?
Yeah.
And then they just can't answer it. Because me, I bring myself, I'm the value, but then the man has no intrinsic value.
Yeah. That sucks, bro. Girls have to, like, we have to grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That basically summed it up. Some girls got to grow up.
Quit thinking that just
some
you and your body.
some boys got to man up.
Yep.
It goes both ways. Now, I'm not going to lie. A lot of girls nowadays are doing a lot of, I mean, they demand a little too much. And I get why men are on the other end, like, just tired of it. You know what I'm saying? They're like, nah. But at the end of the day, it's not where you don't match the energy, bro, because then that makes you, that demasculates you as a man. Stop matching the energy as far as what a woman's giving you. Because that's not what a man's supposed to do. We're supposed to match that differently. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We fight that energy with something different. We're not supposed to fight. We're supposed to fight it with masculinity. We're not supposed to act like the women's act. Mm-hmm. Irrational. But you cannot match a female's energy with that same energy. Yep. You just can't. That being said, pull up in the comments.